We've all been there, staring at a blank page, feeling completely drained. Art blocks can feel endless, and it almost feels like you'll never create again. But escaping an art block isn't impossible. Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name is Nia Dragon and I make cute art on the internet. Lately I have been more successfully getting myself unstuck from a creative rut, and I just wanted to talk about it because I know it's something that everyone struggles with. At the start of the year I posted a video about perfectionism and I received a comment that really stuck with me by Hello Sabrina Cheney, who said they've been approaching their practice more scientifically and treating it more like a lab experiment than something that needs to be perfect. So instead of criticizing every outcome or even relying on external validation, they said their focus was more so on non-judgmental experimentation. And that has really stuck with me. And it really got me thinking, like, when we first start drawing or creating anything, we're sort of naturally experimenting, especially as kids. We don't know the rules yet, so we explore, testing different techniques and styles, figuring out what resonates, and just generally improving along the way. So art in that sense is just a science experiment. And thinking about it this way really has taken me back to just being in science class as a middle schooler, conducting experiments and things. And as I remember it, I feel like many of the science experiments that we conducted, they weren't geared around getting specific outcomes like in our math classes. It was definitely more about learning through trial and error, which again, unlike math, where specific formulas lead to definitive answers, art thrives on uncertainty. So if we frame it this way, art is an ongoing experiment and it's shaped by your curiosity, mistakes, and discovering new things. But as we get older, I feel like a lot of us lose that inner artistic scientist. We stop thinking about our practice in that way and start chasing perfection instead of seeing our art as a series of experiments. We end up over time becoming more fixated on achieving specific results or developing a signature style, which is every artist's pitfall, especially young artists. And yeah, if you're freelancing or selling your work in some kind of way, whether it's a product or your skills, your art does become a product with definitive expectations. And unfortunately, when you get caught up in creating, especially with an audience or a consumer in mind, it can make it really hard to grow and evolve as an artist and just give yourself the space to change, which for me, this has been a really huge struggle. But I also think another huge challenge we face is when our taste outgrows our actual abilities. Even if we're not striving for the kind of technical perfection that studios and running a product-based business demands, we still want our work to have a distinctive style and feel good to us. And sometimes our skills just aren't there yet, and that gap can be really discouraging. Trust me, I have been going through this for a while, but I'm also happy to say that I'm kind of at the end of that journey of being stuck between where I am and where I want to be. Now, I just want to say, I wouldn't say that I'm like brimming with confidence, but I did decide that I wanted to approach my stuck feelings with more curiosity than dread, which that heavy feeling of dread and apathy towards my work, and that you might also feel about yours, is something that you can actively fight against. First, thanks for watching, but also, if you know that you're stuck and you notice the gap between where you are and where you want to be, that's already a really good thing. It means you have great taste and that's what's pushing you to improve. Otherwise, you might stay stuck, but not in the same stuckness that I'm describing, stagnant. I think that's the word that I'm looking for. So congratulations, you're on the first step to improvement. Secondly, you need to make time for low stakes creativity. Draw just for yourself. Play, experiment, and detach from the results. Keep a sketchbook,
either physically or digitally, whatever medium you prefer, and just create a space where you can play. And I want to emphasize that the space stays strictly for yourself. Not everything has to be content for social media. And by taking that pressure away alone, I think by creating some sort of artistic diary will give you the space to just breathe, you know, think through next steps and process and experiment. And thirdly, I've been seeing a lot of this online, the idea of creating more and consuming less, but I'm gonna reframe that a little bit and encourage you to make more and judge less. If you're creating more and engaging more in your practice, you will naturally close that gap between where you want to be and where you are. The great thing about life is that everything is temporary and improvement is inevitable with practice. And most importantly, with all of these steps in mind, you need to be kind to yourself. As much as we hear that discipline is the key to getting better, self-compassion will take you so much farther than being cruel to yourself ever will. Again, improvement is inevitable if you keep showing up. Keep questioning, experimenting, and staying curious. The more hypotheses you test, the more discoveries you'll make. So I hope this video encourages you to approach your creative practice like a scientist this year. Let your curiosity lead you and see where your experiments take you. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. Consider subscribing to my Patreon if you enjoy content like this, and I will see you guys in another video. Bye guys!